Today on TFL Bike, we are on the Switzerland Trail out here in Colorado, just outside of Boulder, finally getting our TW200 out on an actual trail. And I say an actual trail, Switzerland Trail is marked as a road. It's one of the few things that's nearby us here in Boulder, but it's very scenic, very pretty, and we can finally get this bike over some dirt and just explore the Rockies, because that is what the TW200 is great for. There goes Alex. He's an off-roader on his own 2 feet. Now, this TW200 is plenty capable as a dirt bike for a lot more than we're gonna hit going down the Switzerland Trail today. But it's just nice to see how it handles over some bumps. And the thing that I love about it is that seat height. It is so easy for me to flat foot this bike that it makes it very approachable, which is great because really not much of a dirt biker at all. But this bike is so light and the seat is so low, it just makes it very, very rideable. And when it comes to power, I mean, this is not a fast bike, but I can rip down this trail faster than most off-roaders. And the suspension, really nice and soft, which is great on the road, because here in Colorado, we have a lot of really terrible roads. But right now I'm picking the bumpiest lines I can through here, and it's not a problem at all. Which makes this a really fun dual sport. Man, it's so bumpy and marbly out here on this trail, and the suspension on this bike, even though it's a lighter bike, it doesn't carry the same kind of mass that a bigger adventure bike does. This bike is so smooth over this terrain.
Can you feel a difference between like the fat tire? Can you notice that you're on a fat tire bike, or does it feel pretty normal? You don't have to think about it too much.
Honestly, I kind of like the fat tires over this kind of surface because a lot of it is pretty soft and loose. So I feel like on a skinnier tire, you're more likely to have that either kick out or dig in.
Yeah. And
it just feels like these big fat tires kind of float over everything.
I mean, this is all just so easy for this bike, honestly. We've yet to have anything really challenge it. A couple of those guys were fairly upright. Yeah, I mean, this chop is just no problem for the T-Dub. I wasn't sure how much this was gonna feel like a dirt bike because it's obviously decent on the road, but it feels like the real deal. This is just a very approachable bike to go hit some trails on. And I mean, look at where we are. This is a stunning, stunning location in Colorado. So you could easily just do some exploration, see the sights, and enjoy yourself.
pretty much a stock Tacoma with some better tires made it up here. My truck is bone stock on stock tires and it made it up here. And there's a lot of camping up on this trail, and a lot of it's first come, first serve. Just make sure you're actually in a designated area. But if you're looking for somewhere in Colorado, whether you live here or you're passing through on a trip, and you're looking for somewhere to moto camp, this is a great spot. Pretty easy riding, good to just kind of get a feel for it. And right now it's a little covered in by the trees, but it is just beautiful up here. And Case probably is getting some better views on his GoPro, but you got some spectacular views here. And people walk their dogs down this trail. It's just a nice spot to hang out.
Here we've got some rocks to roll over. Ooh. Well, the bike died, as it tends to like to do, but yeah, it can roll over some rocks. It's not got massive wheels. That was that drop. Nothing too huge, but I mean, you know, for someone who doesn't do a lot of dirt riding, felt like fun and was pretty approachable on this bike. That's really the key word for today, is approachable. Now, a little while ago on the off-road channel, Alex and I had some fun in the mud with this bike, and you should check out that footage. Now it is definitely a little loose coming up here, but still not a problem for a lightweight motorcycle like the TW200. Oh yeah. Okay, where do I want to go? Maybe let's go left. It looks a little less deep over here. Ah, I had to put the feet down. Well, got through, but I had to walk with it, so not as clean as I would have liked. Picked out a line that I think is gonna be easier with the mud. Nope, it was not.
All you're doing is moving the forks. Front tire's not budging.
Yeah, I think, do we want to try and pull it out backwards?
I think so.
So we got pretty stuck in the mud, and we definitely found the limits of traction. But over this kind of terrain, it would take a lot more to completely max out what this bike can do. I mean, I can't carry as much speed on this as I would be able to on a dedicated dirt bike, but still plenty that this bike can do. Man, the TW200 might be an old bike, an old design, but it still feels as youthful and springy as it must have ever felt. I mean, again, very tame trail, but just cruising down it, carrying speed, so much fun. I mean, I was able to work up a little bit of a sweat doing it. I also definitely had a little bit of a puckery moment coming down those rocks that we saw back there, because looking at it from the base, I thought, oh, that's easy, I roll right down that, but it bottomed out a little bit flatter than I was expecting. But no, I mean, just put your faith in the mighty TW200 and
that's what's great about this bike, is it's small enough and light enough that, just like you were back there, you're on your own, no cell reception. If you did drop the bike, no way to call me.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's some confidence you get knowing that if you do lay the thing down, you're going to be able to pick it back up and get on your way by yourself. And electric start, you're not going to sit there fighting it with a Kickstarter for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and again, you know, not nearly as capable as a dedicated dirt bike, especially something that's a lot more modern, but if you're starting out, if you're not a super talented dirt rider like me, I'm not much of a dirt rider at all, but if you're starting out and you want a bike that you can ride on the street and do some exploration in some really beautiful locations, dude, TW200, such a nice bike to ride.
Yeah, and right now we're what, 15-20 minutes from Boulder. You got a license plate on the back of this thing.
Yeah.
It's insured, it's plated, it's got turn signals, so we brought it here in a truck, but you definitely don't need to. The only reason we did is because we had to bring some camera gear with us.
Yeah, and it's also kind of slow.
Yeah,
so
it's
we
a little
wanted to
slow,
rock
but
up here quick.
I used to ride mine from downtown Boulder up to this very trailhead right here, so
yeah,
it's definitely doable.
Now, our hope is that very soon we will get to put this TW200 up against our buddy David's KLR 650, because those are two just absolutely legendary bikes, and take the both of them off-road, because that would be a really cool video.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get a DRZ involved too, so if you have a DRZ you want it part of that video,
let us know.
Comment down below.
Absolutely. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching just a little bit of off-roading here on the TW200, and lots more to come. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you all in the next video. Also, just for our own
sanity.
Yeah, for our own sanity, if you come to trailheads, please don't just leave trash all over the place, because we want these places to stay open, and that definitely does not help our case.
Yeah,
so,
you can appreciate the scenery around here.
Yeah.
Leave it the way you found it, so other people
take your trash with you, please.